my name is Malcolm Woodyard, and this is my story of coming out. I came out the summer after I graduated high school in 2001. It was a very nervous time. It was very, very, very hard to do. I was from a very small town, and this was a town where being gay wasn't really something that was okay. Things like interracial relationships were very taboo, so you can imagine if that was very taboo back then, it was being gay just wasn't good. It wasn't gonna fly, basically. I remember when I decided to come out, I was very, very nervous about it. I wasn't sure how to do it, how to even approach it, but I knew I needed to do it. I was getting ready to move away for college, and I knew that this was going to open up new opportunities for me. And I was hoping that with coming out, I could, be able to share these things with my parents, particularly my mother. So I decided that I needed to do it, not only for me, but, just for them as well. Because I didn't want to keep secrets. And also, it gets a little awkward after a while when you're in your mid-20s, and you've never brought anyone home or never mentioned a girlfriend or anything like that. People start asking questions, so I didn't want there to be any questions or confusion. So I wrote a letter, and I think I wrote my letter about 3 times before I actually committed to it. But I wrote a letter to my mother, basically just saying, that I was gay and I wanted her to still love me and not be upset about it. So I took this letter and I went to where my mom was working during the day. And I drove to her car, I went to her car, I unlocked the car, and I left the letter on her dashboard where she could see it when she came in to the car, when she got into the car. So I left, and I actually drove around, I think, the hospital about 4 times before I left, because I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this. This was like my last resort. Maybe I need to take the letter out. But finally I decided, no, it needs to happen. So I left it in the car. I went home, and I just patiently waited. And I was so nervous. Oh, I was so nervous. But when her car pulled in the driveway, I think my heart just sunk. I was like, this is it. It's showtime. So she came in, and I immediately went outside. I went outside and stood on the porch. Sat on the porch waiting. And about 5 minutes, all of a sudden the door comes slinging open, and it was just my mother tearing out. She goes, "What is this letter about? What is this that you're gay?" And I was like, it's true. It's who I am. And I immediately started breaking down and crying, because I didn't know what to expect. I expected everything from her being wonderful about it to her being very upset and throwing me out. I didn't know where it would go with my mom. Being that we were in a very small town, and she always grew up in a very small town, I just really wasn't sure how she was going to take it. I was very nervous. So we went on, and she told me that she thought I was being influenced by people, and I told her I definitely wasn't being influenced by anyone. And she said that she finally said, I just kept saying over and over, I said, I don't want you to hate me. I don't want you to hate me. And finally she said, I don't hate you. I would never hate you. And that meant that, immediately it was like this weight, it was lifted off my shoulders, because that's what I wanted to hear. And so, we ended up going to this therapist who was this conversion therapist. I don't think she knew this at the time, but he gave her a book on how to convert me back. So she had the book, she went home, and I actually found the book and I read it, and after I realized what it was, I was very unsure. But 2 days later, she mailed the book back to him, and we never really spoke about it again. So I am out to my mother. She does know, but we don't bring it up, and I'm okay with that. she knows. That's what mattered to me, is that she knew. So if I have any advice for people that are struggling with this, because it's a big thing, have patience. It's not the end of the world. It's not. It's really not the end of the world. It's a great thing. However, be patient. Understand that as much as a big deal it is for you, it sometimes can be a very big deal for your parents as well. It may take them some time to cope with it. So if they need time, give them that time. Hopefully in time things will be better. But be patient with your parents. And just be prepared. Be prepared for what could happen. My thought is always be prepared for the worst and hope for the best. But time heals all. Time makes it good, and I don't regret it. So I hope this story helps you understand that, it can be okay. Even in the most unlikely situations, it can be okay.